Dear caregivers, thank you for taking the time tonight or tomorrow morning for listening to this and for watching me. I wanted to take this opportunity to explain to you some of the changes that will be happening at Prince of Peace, Lord willing, next year. I'm going to walk everyone through four topics. Number one will be tuition for next year. Number two, changes in our preschool classroom. Number three, changes in our kindergarten classroom. And finally, number four, changes in our extended care program. Number one, I'm going to start with tuition for next year. I've attached in this email, which also contains this video, I've attached our tuition schedule for next school year. When you look at that PDF, you will notice that our preschool and kindergarten options for next school year increase in tuition 10%. And our 1st through 8th grade options at Prince of Peace for next year increase 7%. Why the bigger than normal increases? There's a very simple explanation. It's growth. The Lord has chosen to just grow our school in the last couple of years amazingly well, like beyond anything I have even imagined. We pray that He continues to help our school to grow. I mean, think of the things that we are planning for next year: a brand new teacher, a brand new classroom, more options in our school for preschool and kindergarten. These are amazing blessings that God has put before us. Did you know that our current kindergarten through 8th grade classrooms have temporary walls? Yeah, that's not actually how we envisioned the school someday. I envisioned more gold, but that's to come someday. But with the increase in tuition, our prayer and our hope is that in the near future, we can actually look to a more permanent solution to our growth. We can actually look towards the possibility of a permanent structure for our school, which would then open up our gym. You've seen our gym. Could you imagine the space of our classrooms now being the full and complete gym as well? Could you imagine having twice the room for all of our musical nights? You don't have to sit shoulder to shoulder next to someone, whether you know them or not. Can you imagine how many Chick-fil-A sandwiches and nugget meals we can stuff into that gym with all that extra space? I'm getting hungry. Can you hear all the squeak of the athletic shoes of our Pop Panthers, our second place A-team Colorado tournament Pop Panthers? Can you smell the sweat dripping off of them in a full-size gym? Brings tears to my eyes. Probably more because of the smell, but that happens. God is putting us closer and closer to making a more permanent structure a reality. To Him be praised. Now, I'd like to speak about changes in our preschool program. Our preschool program next year will now offer a morning session, an afternoon session, and an all-day session. Your child, your preschooler, will have the option to go just in the mornings, just in the afternoons, or all day. Morning preschoolers will start at 8:30 just like normal, but now it will be dismissed. It will end at 11:30. Caregivers will have a grace period of 15 minutes to pick them up. So from 11:30 to 11:45 a.m., we expect that our morning-only preschoolers will be picked up. If they're not picked up by 11:45, they will be checked into an extended care. The extended care rate is still the same as normal these past couple of years, $4.20 an hour. There is extended care for morning preschoolers from 11:45 a.m. to 1:15 p.m. In that time, there's an opportunity for lunch for them, for recess for them. But at 1:15, that's when our morning preschoolers or our full day preschoolers can join back with our afternoon preschoolers. If your morning preschooler isn't picked up by 1:15, they will be just automatically checked in to the afternoon preschool, and that has a rate of $20 per hour when you don't give us 24 notice that they are staying. $20 per hour, sorry. $20 per session. $20 per hour would be ridiculous. $20 per hour, $20 per session when you don't give us 24 hours, or $15 per session when you do give us 24 hours notice. The afternoon preschoolers can arrive between 12:15 and 12:30 p.m. If they need to be dropped off earlier, there is early extended care for them between 11:45 a.m. and 12:15 p.m. When the other preschoolers are having lunch, the afternoon preschoolers can join them, but they will be checked in to extended care, the $4.20 rate per hour. The afternoon preschool schedule and curriculum will be similar to the morning preschool schedule and curriculum. The concepts and themes will be the same, but the activities and the centers will be varied. Students who opt in for full day preschool session, which is offered for 2 or 3 or 5 days, will have lunch at 11:45 a.m. Then they'll have recess from 12:15 until 12:45 p.m. and then from 12:45 p.m. to 1:15 p.m. there's a rest quiet time. This is normal like the schedule now. If they fall asleep during that time, they will be allowed to sleep until 2 p.m. If they don't fall asleep before 1:15 p.m., they'll be led back to the preschool classroom and they will join the afternoon preschoolers for the regular schedule and curriculum for the rest of the day. All of our preschool sessions, mornings only, afternoon only, or all days, they are all offered for 2 or 3 or 5 days per week. There is that daily drop-in rate as well of $20 per session, not hour, if you don't give us 24-hour notice. There's also a $15 daily drop-in rate per session when you do give us 24 hours notice. All you simply need to do is contact the office or the preschool teacher, Mrs. Peel, to let them know what days you think your child or you want your child to do the afternoon session if it's a drop-in rate. Now I'm going to take us through the kindergarten room changes. The kindergarten will now offer a morning session and a full day session or all day session. They're really the exact same thing, full day and all day. I just might use the terms interchangeably, sorry. Students have the option to add 2 or 3 or full days to their schedule if they wish, and those days can be selected by the parents. For example, some kindergarten students may attend every morning, which is the mandatory what we do in kindergarten. They must attend all the mornings, but now they have the option to add afternoons if they'd like. So if I want my child to go 2 days, 2 afternoons per week, I would be sending them 5 half days in the morning, and then let's say I pick Wednesday and Friday. That's my 5 half days and 2 full day session. Which all of these things, preschool, kindergarten, all of these options are on the tuition sheet. You can check out everything and yeah, do that. The afternoon addition to kindergarten will now feature a quiet reading time, an additional recess and phys ed, more play-based centers for math, language, arts, music, drama, art, and then there will be an expansion of the science and social studies curriculum. If a student wishes to add another full day or 2 as the school year goes on, which is very common, all they have to do is speak with Mrs. Vilski and speak with our office about adding those, because it will change your monthly tuition payments. But we're more than welcome to do that and work with you if you want to change the days that your child goes. There will be the same afternoon drop-in rate as the preschool has, which is $15 per day if you give us more than 24-hour notice, or $20 per day per session if you don't give us 24 hours notice. The morning session for kindergarten students will be dismissed at 11:50 a.m., just like this year and the last year. Caregivers have a 10-minute grace period to pick up your child. Any kindergarten student who is not picked up by noon will be taken back to the kindergarten room where the kindergarten students will be having lunch. They will be checked in to extended care, that $4.20 rate per hour. They'll be checked in at noon, but their extended care time only goes until 12:30. Only 30 minutes. If you don't pick up your kindergarten student by 12:30, and you've only done the morning sessions, if you don't pick them up by 12:30, they will automatically be charged the drop-in rate of $20 without 24 hours notice. So you have that extra time to pick them up. You will be charged for extended care just like we do this year, but you need to pick them up by 12:30 if you really don't want them going the full day. Now, I'd also like to tell you about our extended care for next year. If you've been able to kind of think this through while I've been talking, which I know is hard because you really want to hear everything I say, we will offer fewer hours of operation for extended care during the school day next year. Morning session preschoolers, you only go in the morning, they have extended care available to them from 11:45 till 1:15 p.m. After that, they get checked in as a full day preschool student. Afternoon only preschoolers only have extended care available to them from 11:45 to 12:15. And now you're all wondering who texted me during this. I'm wondering that myself. Half-day kindergartners have extended care available to them only from 12 p.m. to 12:30 p.m. Remember, after all of those sessions, if the time is done for extended care, they will be automatically charged that daily drop-in rate of $20 because we didn't get 24 hours notice. Extended care is still available for all students from 7:10 in the morning to 8:10 in the morning before school, and then also from 3:45 to 5:30. Those rates are $4.20 per hour, just like we've normally done. Now, I've talked a lot, not as much as I usually do, but there's been a lot of change and I've said a lot of things and hopefully you've gotten it. There will be a text available of this, but there's a lot of change, a lot of good change, but still change. And we've already been through a lot of change in the last couple of years. Change can induce stress. Change can be confusing. Trust me, I know. But we as a faculty at Prince of Peace, we will do our best to help you to understand all of the change that is going forward. And we've thought these things through. We've thought these things through, not with our own agenda in mind, but really with you and with your students in mind. We're thinking of our school's mission, which is to provide your children with a cohesive Christian education that helps them now, that helps them in the future, but more importantly, that helps them for eternity. We're here to work with you and to answer all your questions. We're here to make this go as smoothly as possible for next year so that you understand everything. Now, I'm sure you're going to have questions. Guess what? I want to hear them. You can email me your questions. You can talk with me tomorrow. I will be available tomorrow for our open enrollment for the next school year. Whoop, whoop. I will be available at the front entryway from the beginning of school until long past school is done tomorrow. I want to hear all of your questions. By the way, tomorrow is Wednesday, February 20th. If you didn't know that, You can start enrolling your child for next year. Tomorrow. You can do that tomorrow. But I will be up front to answer questions about enrollment. I'll be up front to answer questions about tuition. I'll be up front to answer any of those questions. I want to make this go as wonderfully well for you as possible. I really thank you for listening to this, if you have actually listened to all of it. All I can say is God's blessings on your night, and God bless Prince of Peace, both now and forever.